Week 17, when we separate the wild cards from the men. It is Buffalo, it is cold, it is Sticky Bleachers. I am Cory.
I am Bob, here for an exciting matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. Nick Folk going to kick it off here to Percy Harvin. Glad to see Percy back there from the injured reserve.
Yes, tough season for him.
He makes a couple moves there. Oh, making Jets miss all over the place. Percy taking it up to the 30, to the 40. Can he be caught? Oh, my gosh, he could take it all the way.
Oh, he's going to be caught from behind finally at about the 36. What a run back from Percy Harvin, and what a big momentum shift for Tyrod Taylor and these Buffalo Bills, who's back from under center. And here's back to Harvin, who's open inside the 10, and he's going to run it in for the touchdown.
Percy finishing the job there. That was a beautiful throw by Taylor, and Harvin with a touchdown catch. Welcome back to the Bills.
And just like that, 2 plays of this game, and he is 100 all-purpose yards, most of them on the return and the rest of them on that touchdown pass from young Tyrod Taylor. And just like that, the Bills are up. Dan Carpenter to kick it off to Jeremy Curley.
And Curley with the short kickoff return. And he's going to take it back to midfield, and he makes a guy miss. And the Jets with an impressive return of their own.
Wow, 2 beautiful runbacks here, putting these teams in good field position, this time at the 39.
Here's Fitzpatrick with a pass there to Marshall, and Marshall with the diving catch for the first down. What a huge couple of weeks.
Into double coverage. Who else but Brandon Marshall could make a diving grab into double coverage just like that, Bob?
Absolutely. He's having some Superman-like games over the last couple of weeks. But an overthrown pass there by Fitzpatrick, and sets up second down.
That was the tight end, Jeff Cumberland, open in the back of the end zone, not able to pull that one down. Chris Ivory, though, with a couple of nice moves, and he's going to dance into the end zone.
That was a beautiful run there by Ivory. Glad to see him showing up again. And Jets are 1 point away from tying this game up.
Journeyman Chris Ivory, who's been around a little bit, and he's been off and on stardom here in New York. Good to see that he's got the start tonight, and he's got the touchdown already on a cold night here in Buffalo.
Absolutely. I'm guessing that both teams are going to be using their running game quite heavily with the temperature the way that it is, but I don't know. The Bills came out throwing, so we'll see what they do.
Interesting there. Nick Folk tried to maybe kick it short to keep it away from Percy Harvin, who was ready up at the 40-yard line. And here he's got a pass to Watkins. What a beautiful throw and run there to Sammy Watkins out of Clemson.
They're Taylor with the Alpha Omega scramble there.
And this one's to his fullback, Jerome Felton.
Oh, and a
who
fumble.
Fumbles.
Out of bounds.
Fortunate bounce there for Jerome Felton and this Buffalo Bills team. It's back to Tyrod Taylor, this time in the shotgun. Plenty of time to throw. He's got Percy Harvin on the short pass and catch, and he's going to be brought down at the 1.
Taken down at the 1. Percy Harvin just inches away from his second touchdown. Let's see what they do. They hand it to McCoy. McCoy punches it in there for the touchdown, giving the Bills a 13-7 lead with a point after attempt coming.
LaShawn Shady McCoy showing his nickname there on his first carry, I do believe, is a 1-yard touchdown run.
Absolutely. McCoy having a nice year for the Bills, first year in Buffalo. And Bills get a 14-7 lead here.
You have to say that LaShawn McCoy makes a very nice counterpart to Percy Harvin on the offensive side. Tyrod Taylor has work cut out for him, but here we go. Jerome Curley is off to the races on this kickoff return. That's 2 great kickoff returns for Curley. And just like that, we are into the second quarter of this fast-moving ball game, Bob.
Fast-moving game and a lot of points scored here, but the Bills with the pressure, and Mario soon-to-be-cut Williams with the sack.
Mario Williams, longtime Houston Texan up here in Buffalo, clearly has not lost a step, although Fitzpatrick has some time to throw this time. He's throwing deep to Jeff Cumberland.
Oh, and wide open in the end zone with the diving catch. Jeff the Cumberland Gap with the touchdown there.
Able to redeem himself from that last possession where he did drop that pass in the back of the end zone, dives over the goal line, makes the catch in dramatic fashion to tie this game up at 14 here in the second quarter. Nick Folk kicking it back to the dangerous Percy Harvin.
And a short kick, I don't know if I'd recommend that, but it seemed to work out there for the Bills.
I think they're just trying to stop Buffalo Harvin, especially from setting up some open space. Taylor on a rollout after the play action. It is complete to Felton, who's got a nice little run after the catch for a first down.
I think we got to bring into question if both offenses are clicking or both defenses suck. But
it's back to the fullback, Felton. Interesting, they're not going with more of LaShawn McCoy here between the 20s. They're using McCoy more as a fullback there in the big package at the goal line. Anyway, Tyrod Taylor is back. He's going deep to Sammy Watkins. Unfortunately, way overthrown. Maybe just a throwaway, Bob.
Yeah, on the McCoy front, Chris Mortensen reported earlier that McCoy is experiencing a little bit of hamstring stiffness, so he could be used sparingly throughout the game. But Harvin with his second touchdown of the game quickly as I speak.
It's going to become routine if they leave Harvin just standing out there by himself, standing still, not bothering to run a route. Why run a route if there's no defenders on your side of the field, Bob?
If I'm a Jets coach, I would recommend putting at least one person on Percy Harvin at this point. Just one. Yes. Just a thought.
I think the ghost of Rex Ryan was probably suggesting just that very thing, Bob.
Absolutely. And they'll see if Curley can make it 3 for 3 here on a nice return, but the Bills finally stop him from getting the midfield.
I would say both teams, special teams, have some work to do in kick coverage.
Absolutely. Making people miss there and takes it out to the 50-yard line for the first down for the Jets.
Tommy Bohannon, the fullback out of Wake Forest, made that carry.
Nicely done.
Just enough for that first down, as you said, Bob. Fitzpatrick's back, and this one is to Jeff Cumberland.
Cumberland coming up to play today.
His tight end out of Illinois has a couple of nice grabs today and a couple of first downs. Here's Fitzpatrick again. He's going to fake it on the play action, and he's going to be wrapped up. Is he going to be brought down? Yes. Guess who?
Not fooling anybody, especially Mario. The Jets going to be forced to call a timeout here.
Yes, Mario with the first player with the hands on the quarterback, had his teammates help him up to finish the job. There's a hand up to Ivory, and not much going on there, unfortunately, on the ground.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Jets get Eric Decker a little more involved with the game. He had a huge game last week versus the Patriots, and kind of been quiet here for the first half.
All right, and now they go into the shotgun. This one's to Bohannon into double coverage, and it's picked off. Guess who? Mario Williams, the big linebacker.
Maybe the Bills won't be cutting him after the season here.
I guess 2 sacks and an interception here and setting them off to see if they can get a score here before halftime. First one is to LaShawn McCoy, who goes backwards.
And McCoy stuffed there at the line of scrimmage, and timeout called here. Let's see what the Bills decide to do. If they decide to take a shot or just be happy going into the halftime with the lead.
And now they go back to LaShawn McCoy. That's 3 plays in a row and -5 yards total to LaShawn McCoy. A very curious set of play calling there for Buffalo. This is Colton Schmidt, the punter.
Oh, it's a beautiful punt. Super long distance. And no ability to return there for the Jets. That's going to take us into halftime.
Beautiful. Wow. What a interesting first half there. You have to wonder if the Bills were playing it maybe a little conservatively there at the end of the first half, not trying to at least get the 30 or 40 yards to go for a long kick. What do you think, Bob?
Well, the Bills and Jets both no running game to speak of, but passing game seems to be the motif here for the first half. Definitely a high-scoring game. We'll see who can win this barn burner.
Yes, Percy Harvin making noise for Buffalo. Now the Jets, if they do win this game this week 17, they are into the playoffs. This is one of the reasons that we are calling this game today. Lots of boring, resting action around the NFL, as there usually is in week 17.
Absolutely.
The Jets, one of the few teams with something to play for. Let's see if they can come back and win this one and seal up their playoff berth. All of our games here in Tecmo Bowl 2016 and Sticky Bleachers are brought to you by the good people at TecmoBowl.org. Also, TecmoBowlers.com, another great resource. This game is programmed by Rev.D with the updates. Tecmo Bowl and Tecmo Super Bowl are still going on here in the 21st century, everybody. Go check them out. And the Jets will start the second half with the ball inside the 10-yard line.
That's a difficult field position here for the Jets, and looks like Fitzpatrick's going to take it off and get right back to the line of scrimmage there. Preston Brown with the QB sack.
Yes, I'd say he was just shy of getting to that line of scrimmage and turning that from a sack to just a very unsuccessful quarterback run.
Yes. Fitzpatrick not known for his wheels, but
he is known for a great beard.
Oh, fantastic beard. And I believe he scored the highest Wonderlic score, I believe. We'll get our stat person on that, but
We'll have to check on that. Meanwhile, Ryan Quigley, this is the first time we're going to see action from the Jets punting, and he is not going to make it to the 50-yard line, and Robert Woods, the wide receiver, is going to bring this one back from inside the 50. What a terrible, terrible drive and possession that was for the Jets, and a bad punt to end it all.
Yeah, definitely not the way you want to come out of the gate, and Bills with a great field position in the first down there by Taylor. And Bills are back in business here.
Yeah, going back a couple plays there to the Jets' possession. Meanwhile, it's a reverse from Felton back to Harvin.
The Wile E. Coyote formation there.
Wow, a whole lot of noise for a 6-yard run there. Let's see if they can pound this one in. That was a very complex trick play, and it got positive yards, probably less than they were hoping to get pulling that one out.
Absolutely, yeah. The very minimal gain and handoff there for a loss, and looks like the Bills are going to line up here for a field goal.
Yeah, not how they wanted this drive to go either. Dan Carpenter's going to attempt this one.
Oh, and off the post.
Ouch.
No good. Score still 21-14 Buffalo.
So the Jets will take it over again. Well, like I mentioned before there was a very risky pass to Ivory, who does get the handoff here, and he is going up to the 50-yard line, just crosses midfield. There was a dangerous screen pass there. He looked into be double or triple coverage. Fitzpatrick threw that to him in the shadow of his own goalpost. Lucky he didn't have that one picked off and brought to the end zone. Let's see if decision-making gets a little bit stronger here on this possession from Fitzpatrick and the Jets. He's got time. He's going deep to Brandon Marshall, who makes the leaping grab. A couple of nice moves, and he's inside the 5, Bob.
Brandon Marshall there with the TJ Hooker route, and comes down with the first down. And let's see if the Jets can punch it in with Chris Ivory, and they do. Point away from tying up this game here. Nice drive there by the Jets.
I would say Brandon Marshall went up there Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-like to pull down that ball in double coverage. No one else was going to get that board when Brandon Marshall is in town.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the guy from those airplane movies, right?
That is correct. The pilot made famous in the airplane movies.
Yeah, we got Folk with a kickoff here to Harvin. Harvin taking it out from his own end zone. Ill-advised move there, Cory. Don't think the Bills should have done that.
Very, very, very strange play, Percy Harvin, and that forces Tyrod to throw that interception. He was going deep to Sammy Watkins back from his own end zone. And just like that, the Jets have great field position after the ugly, ugly set of plays for Buffalo.
And looks like Fitzpatrick just threw it right to a Buffalo defender there. That was a very ill-advised throw, and Bills get the ball back at their own 10 or 15.
Corey Graham pulls that one down, and you could say the Bills net positive yardage after those two turnover plays, and LaShawn McCoy has a beautiful run up the middle, finally going to get into Jets territory for Buffalo. So very fortunate to have the ball back and moving here in the second half.
Yeah, not the way you draw it up, but they'll definitely take it at a tie ball game here.
Jerome Felton coming in to give LaShawn McCoy a rest after that long run. Let's see what they do here on second down. It is back to Felton.
Oh, but it's a fumble on the ground, and it's recovered by the Jets. The Bills getting a little too tricky.
Quentin Couples. Now, I'm not sure if that was an attempted reverse again. It looked like it may have been just a bobbled pitchback on the reverse, and another fumble.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we've had 4 turnovers here in the span of a couple minutes, and the Bills, again, with the ball here.
Wow. Fortunate again to cough it up and then take it right back. Let's see if they go back to that strange reverse play, or if LaShawn McCoy, that was Felton, I think, is going to be in the doghouse after a couple of fumbles tonight. Remember, one went out of bounds earlier in this game.
Yeah, that it looks like they're running a reverse option, so at any point in time they can decide to hand it off or take the rock to the hole, so...
That's a very, very advanced play for this technology. I'm very surprised to see them calling that, Tyrod and the gang. The
Absolutely.
Reverse option.
It is 2016 now, so...
Yes, they're expanding the playbook to 5 plays instead of just 4 with that reverse option. LaShawn McCoy, nice little run there on first down, and the Bills looking to maybe control this clock in the second half, try to take the lead and keep it out of the hands of the dangerous Jets offense.
Taylor from shotgun takes off and throws right before he gets past the line of scrimmage there. And, whoa, a touchdown there for the Bills. LaShawn McCoy, shady.
Once again, dancing in the end zone, and Tyrod Taylor having a really, really nice game, both with his feet and with his arm today.
Absolutely. Really showing up here and putting it to the Jets here. See if the Jets can respond. Carpenter with a short kickoff.
Jerome Curley gets it at the 25, and he's going to be up to about the 40. Good field position for the Jets. Now, what do you think they need to do, Bob, to get to the end zone again?
Well, time is not really a factor right now. They're only down by 1, but a sack is definitely not what they want. Mario Williams with the hat trick here.
Going to have to avoid him.
Yes, absolutely. That's should go without saying. But they got to take a shot down the field. It looks like Marshall's having a nice game, but everyone flying all over the place.
Offensive line definitely
sack.
needs to improve if they're going to get back in this game. You did mention before getting Decker involved in the Jets offense. Now, one of the interceptions was intended for Decker, but other than that, we have not seen his number called as they go to the fullback, Tommy Bohannon.
And on the ground there for third down, now sets up a very, very long fourth down at 24, and Fitzpatrick takes off, and he's sacked by Preston Brown. And that was a bad drive there by the Jets. There's just really no other way to put it. I think Jets fans have seen this movie.
4th and 24, only down 1 score. Not sure why you go for it there. Tyrod Taylor and company happy to take it. He's got a short pass to Jerome Felton, who takes it for a first down.
It stays in bounds, forcing the Jets to take their last timeout, which could come back to haunt them here in this game.
It's a handoff to Felton again, and back to Harvin.
There's that reverse.
This time it's, about half as successful as the first time, but not catastrophic as the last time they attempted it with the fumble. Tyrod Taylor back in the shotgun. This one's to McCoy in the end zone, and it's picked off.
Huge interception, but it's too little, too late. The Bills hang on to win. The revenge of Rex Ryan holds true, and the Bills quash the Jets and their playoff hopes.
Yes, unfortunately, the Jets are going to need some help around the league today after this loss. They're going to need some of their fellow AFC members to get some strategic losses to still get into the playoffs. The Bills now can start their long, long offseason, evaluate what to do with Mario Williams, especially after an exclamation point like this. Mario maybe just playing for a big fat paycheck here in the offseason. Percy Harvin with 99 receiving yards. Most of those came in the first half. He didn't make quite as big a splash in the second half as he did the first, Bob.
Yeah, the Bills definitely put together a nice game, and the Jets just never seemed to really get the offense going, although they put 21 up on the board. Definitely weren't clicking like they were last week in versus New England.
Yes, I would say in the second half here, both teams adjusted on their special teams and their kick coverage to make those a little bit more clean. After that point, it just became a battle of offenses, and the Bills were able to do it just a little bit better than Jets. They had the luck of that very bizarre sequence of 4 quick turnovers and fumbles and interceptions, and then strangely the Bills, with the touchdown lead at the end, go ahead and went into the air to try to run the score up here. It was intercepted on the last play of the game, so you see Tyrod Taylor could have had 1 fewer interception there. The last play of the game picked up in the end zone. Lucky they did not have that one return for 105 yards and a tie game.
Yes, definitely the Bills had an opportunity there with that interception, but chose to touch it back there and end the game. So,
well, I think that's going to do it this week for us on Sticky Bleachers. Stay tuned next week for playoff action here on Sticky Bleachers. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Sticky Bleachers to find all the news and announcements of our playoff schedule this week and our coverage of the NFL and the sports doldrums that will be coming upon us after the football season. Signing off this week, I am Cory.
I'm Bob. Stay tuned for more.